tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you.
Yeah, got a show for y'all. Got a damn good show.
What up, y'all? Welcome in to another installment of Toe for Life Friday Night Rants. I am your host, Toe for Life. I do have a co-host. She's sitting down, going to be bringing up comments, popping in here and there. CHIT, of course. Welcome in, y'all.
Hello.
Here she is. What's up? Let's go through real quick. What's up, girl with a camera? JC, Ozzy, Nathan, Alabama's Way. Indoctrination, Struck by a Lightning, Teresa P. U-Haul. Welcome in, y'all. So we're going to go over a couple things tonight. We're going to go over the state of this so-called community, y'all. Oh, yeah, and happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Just wanted to say.
Are you opening the panel? Yes. Did you want to wait to drop the link, or do you want to do it?
We can drop the link at right now if you want. I don't care.
Okay, I'll drop it, but you got to pin it.
Okay.
Oh, crap. I don't know what I'm doing.
What's up, Lenny? Welcome in.
Yes, rest in peace, Karen. Rest in peace.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to go over tonight, too. It was about Karen.
Lost too soon.
Yeah, and if you didn't know, if you're living under a rock for the last couple days, we lost one of the great ones, Karen M. She lost her battle with cancer. She was a great supporter, great mod, great content creator. And she's really, truly going to be missed. Damn, you guys caught my phone in the background. What's up, Manuel? Welcome in. Yeah, Karen will be missed for sure. Who texted me? Oh, no, not a text message. But anyways, we're going to go over some things. We're going to go over the state of this.
Pin stream. Pin it.
It hasn't even showed up in there yet.
Yes, it has.
I'm looking. Oh, there it is. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
I
was looking on the StreamYard side. There it is. It's pinned link. Okay, so yes, everybody, we are going to have an open panel tonight. If you want to come up and you want to talk about it, we can talk about just about anything. I really
before you get all started, you know me, I like to, just throw off your whole show because that's what I do. Why don't you play that clip and be sure to put the link in the chat, my dear. And this is what I'm feeling, so just saying.
All right, hang on. Let me get to it.
Happy Valentine's for all those that can't tell your significant other that you love them every other day of the year.
And here's the link to this video we're about to watch. What's up, Condensed Reality? Check this out. This is how CHIT is feeling right now.
Okay, how many gummies did you take?
I don't know. I took one, then it didn't work, so I took a second one, Then the first one kicked in, and I got hungry, and I took the third one. Don't ever take the third one.
Okay. You're going to sit down on the couch right here and everything's going to be fine.
I can't walk.
Huh?
My feet are on the wrong feet.
You mean they're not your feet?
No, what's wrong with you? Of course, they're my feet. They're on the wrong legs. They don't want to walk together.
Okay, well, I can help you with that. I can just switch them back. So I go, they're all back. Okay, now let's go. Right after.
Oh, how long are we walking? For like an hour, right?
Yeah.
Oh, God, you guys got the edibles, huh?
Yeah.
Not candy, children. Get him some carbs.
Yeah.
Hey, let's put something on the TV for you. Something familiar.
Go back to the first one.
That's funny shit. That's funny shit.
All right. Well, I'm going to my naughty corner. Toodles.
And she's gone in the naughty corner. Anyways, so the link is pinned in the chat if you want to come up and talk. I'm going to start this off. Like I said, this is going to be the state of this so-called community. What's up, Rogue Nation? Welcome in. What? Okay, so as content creators, right? How important are your subscribers and your supporters, right? Like, how, if you're a content creator, how important do you think they are? Are they important, enough importance that you believe that without them you wouldn't be here? What's up, Juggless? Juggless, yeah. But my thing is I feel like sometimes that if you're going to do things and go out here and do things and okay. My thought process, and everybody knows, and these are my opinions and only my opinions, and it doesn't mean I don't like somebody or don't like you or don't, I mean, my opinions are mine, yours are yours. I mean, I don't get mad about it. I don't care. But I kind of feel like that you have, people always talk about this community like, oh, I'm in the 1A community and and this is the 1A community and this is the this and this is the that, right? But then you don't, but they say, everybody just says they're in the 1A community. So if someone goes out and gets a camera and starts filming a bank, I'm going to use a bank because I just think this is, it's low fruit, right? You go out with a camera at a bank, man, and you just film a bank, man, and you're just trying to get content for your channel, man. Like, I'm not fucking stupid. Like, but is that hurting or is that not hurt? Because I believe that kind of shit is like hurting, and to sit there and say that them people are part of the 1A community, man, like, I just think it looks bad, man. It's becoming a bad look. The credibility, this 1A community in the last 5 years that I've been around it and really been involved in it, right, has gained a shit ton of so-called 1A auditors, so-called 1A cop watchers, right? But I think that the message has gone downhill. And this right here, this StreamYards thing, I think that's part of it, right? Because everybody has StreamYards. Everybody can jump on StreamYards, have a live stream, and then everybody can get up on the live stream, and then they can talk shit about each other, right? And then next thing you know, people are making clips of this person and they're making clips of that person and they're talking about this person, they're talking about that person, right? And I just think that hurts everything, man. And like, you got a lot of people out here and they're out here supporting and they're throwing money at this person, that person, helping this person with their lawsuits and helping that person with this person with getting out of jail. But then you also got people that are getting bailed out of jail continuously and they're not filing lawsuits. They're just going out and they're filming and then they get unlawfully arrested and they get thrown in jail. And then, you know, their subscribers help them out and bail them out. But then they don't file any lawsuits. So they're not getting any money. They're not getting any money to even try to help themselves or the next time they get arrested, right? They're just, oh, I'm going to get arrested. And then somebody has a live stream and says, yada, yada, got arrested. Let's help them get out. Their bond's $500. You know what I'm saying? Like, when is enough? Like, if you're going to do this shit and you're going to get arrested and then you're going to go to your supporters and you're going to want your supporters to throw you money to help you bond out, man, file some lawsuits, help yourself out, because you're not helping yourself out. You're not doing anything. You're not helping yourself out. If you file a lawsuit and everybody's like, oh, lawsuits take 2 years, lawsuits take 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Listen, it all depends on how far you want to go with that lawsuit, really. And I've never filed a lawsuit against anybody and try to sue somebody. But I'm just saying, what I've seen is that the ones that take a while are when you trying to go in for, you know, big money and you're stuck on it. But most lawsuits, if they know they lawfully arrested you, period, point blank, and you go at them with a lawsuit, they're gonna try to come at you with some money and be like, hey, look, we'll settle out of court. What's even wrong with taking that? You know what I'm saying? Let's welcome to the stage Rogue Nation, y'all. What up, man?
What up, buddy?
What up, man? Oh, you're gonna come on my rant tonight, huh?
Yeah, you said you included the link, so I figured I'd hop in here with you. Why not?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So
Happy
what do you
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey,
So what do you
Jack, Happy Valentine's Day.
What do you think about what I'm talking about, Rogue? What do you see? What have you seen? Because you've been here longer than me. You know, you're like one of the people that I was watching when I was just sitting back watching and not, you know, chatting or making my own content, right? So what do you think, like, about what you see? Have you seen? I mean, I know there's way more auditors, cop watchers now, but like, you think that a lot of it's hurting the community or the so-called community that we're trying to build?
Well, you know, it depends because, you know, just it depends on how you look at it. Like, you know, a lot of the quote unquote community that's on YouTube, I think for the most part support, you know, the interactions, like the drama, but very few support the back end, like the lawsuits or you know, just keeping people accountable. You know, point of fact, like when I first got into it, I used to watch a lot of Jeff Gray videos, so I watched his whole catalog. And one of the things I noticed, and if you go back and look at his past catalog, you'll notice it as well. The interactions that Jeff had against, you know, law enforcement or public servants would always get a lot of views. But Jeff's videos doing like public record requests, doing any kind of like investigation type stuff, it would never get any views. So we have to realize what the community actually is looking for, right? That's what they're looking for. So if you want to become successful on YouTube as an auditor, then you'll follow the Auding America way, or these other yokels that just go out and, every single video is a confrontation. They're pepper spraying people, or they're kicking old ladies in the shin. That kind of stuff's going to get views. But for those of us like Jeff and like me and, quite a few other people out there, none of that stuff, it really impresses us or, means much to us. We didn't start in this stuff looking for uh, fame and friends and such, stuff like that. Um, I think my journey has been incredible, and I'm thankful for all the people because I've met a lot of great people. But there's a lot of people, I'd say the bulk of my subscribers just want to come to my channel to watch me put, people in their place.
Yeah.
They don't care if, they're skimming off the credit cards. They just want to see me in the moment putting somebody in their place. That's what they come to watch the videos for. And then if it's not even me, if I'm showcasing somebody else putting the police in their place, they don't even want to watch that, right? They just want to see me. And I understand that's my channel's about me, right? So I understand that's nothing I'm mad about, but it just, it shows you what the actual community's interested in. It's not the other way around. Like, it's weird, but it's not the other way around. You would think they would be all about accountability because, again, this affects all of us, right? These public officials out of control, it affects all of us. So as cool as it is to see the interactions, it's even cooler to me to see like the court videos and the depositions and the investigations and such like that. But again, that's not that everybody's cup of tea, and so it kind of is what it is. But
So you think it's
as
like a
far as
divided viewership then? Like you got your people that just want the bad interactions, and then you got your people that are watching for either or your bad or your records requests and things like that.
right, you got exactly. It's a divided viewership. Now they're both coming to your channel and they're both watching, your videos, maybe different videos at different times or whatever. But it's hard to get like if I was to put out two videos today, one with me going and telling the cop to F off and no, you ain't getting my ID, and then me going into a public building and asking for a records request and going over that request like credit card records, finding something amiss and reporting on that. If I were to put out both those videos right now, the one with the interaction would get 10 times the views that the one about the report would. um and that's just the way it is, unfortunately. Just like I give you a perfect example. There's a gentleman that has a channel called Eye on Margate. He
Yeah, I know who
exposes
you're talking
corruption.
about.
Yeah, exposes corruption every week, and I've done a few of his videos. I actually just did his video yesterday, one of his videos yesterday from one of the meetings there. And the corruption is so blatant and so thick because people realize that most people don't even really care. That most people have that. Well, what can we really do, and what can be really done? And blah blah blah, and they just go about their lives. And these people know it, and that's how they've gotten so blatant about it. And he's got like 278 subscribers or 300 subscribers, and I blasted like 3 or 4 of his videos over the past couple of months. I mean, this is the kind of shit that we should be supporting, right? If
Right.
anybody should have 20, 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers, it's people that are keeping their local governments accountable. This guy's not going out there creating interactions or not even, I'm going to say creating interactions, but even auditing, you know what I mean, where interactions are going to be created just by your presence. But he's not even doing that. He's incognito. He's just recording the corruption as it's going down. And nobody cares. They're like, yeah, okay, yeah, it's another city meeting. They're corrupt. What's new?
Yeah. I'm kind of
So
on the fence. Like I like watching I've been really paying attention to a lot of that Okeechobee or whatever that is in Florida there, the John Felix and all them and armed fishermen and all that. But I also like the drama. I ain't gonna lie. Like I can go watch the drama, and laugh and crack up and all that about all that dumb shit.
Trust me, I'm exactly the same way. And but my thing is if you say you're about accountability and transparency, then put some effort towards it. Like you said, people go out there and they get arrested and they say they're going to sue and they don't sue. And again, I realize it's because not a lot of lawyers will take cases. If they do, if they cost you money up front, I think it behooves people to learn the law. This is something that I don't understand about people. It's like there are certain things that you can learn that will put you ahead of the crowd in life. You know what I mean? Like if you learn the law, you're going to be smarter than 90 to 95% of the population of your country. And that includes law enforcement and legal people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like if you're dedicated about it, they say that if you read 120 books on a subject, you're in the top 1% of that profession. So if you read a book a month, in 10 years, you could become in the top 1% of any profession of the books that you read. So
yeah, I'm not a big reader. You know what I mean? Like I don't read a whole lot of books. I ain't gonna lie. First off, I ain't got time to read books, but I try to pay attention, and I kind of pride myself that I usually can sift through the bullshit. You know what I mean? And figure out what's what without, all the extra bullshit, that people add to things and people misconstrued in words that are spoken and things like that. And like I said, I do like a little bit of drama here and there, but I don't know. I guess it was supposed to be, or my whole premise for this was that, right? And I was going to talk, and like I was talking about the lawsuits, like it's becoming more and more that you see people getting arrested over and over again. And I know, and these arrests are unlawful, right? Like I'm not saying they're not, but then they're not doing like, even like a pro se lawsuit. Like what's the worst on a pro se lawsuit? A couple $100 to file it. Like, I mean, if it's a cut and dry, whatever, I mean, you don't have to hire a lawyer, and you get a lot of these places. I mean, I watched SGV in California and LA, not San Joaquin. I'm talking about SGV, right? Yeah, and I kind of feel like over the years, he's got a lot of his money from YouTube monetization, yes, but he's also got a lot of his money because he would file in lawsuits, and then they'd come at him and be like, "Oh, we'll settle out of court for $5,000." He'd be like, "Done, sign it, boom, check." Or Bayon Act, you know how the Bayon Act works in California, right? So these guys, they get these Bayon Act violations, and they just go file the Bayon Act, and they get $2,500 or whatever it is, like easy peasy money. And that's kind of what I'm talking about. And everybody's like, and I've talked to a few people about it, and they're like, well, if your donors want to, if your supporters and your donors want to, support and help bail you out, there's nothing wrong with that. It's their money. They're grown people. Yes, I understand that. But I'm a man of morals. Like, I was raised a different way. Like, I'm a man of morals. So I don't want someone helping me to do the things that I do, especially when I put myself in that position. You know what I mean? Like, I'm putting myself in that position to go out there and film the cops. So I know that when I walk out there with that camera and turn it on with the blue lights rolling, I know there's a chance that I could go to jail, right? And if I don't want to ask people for money, and I don't want people to donate to me. I want to try to do things for myself. You know what I mean? I'm a man. You know, I'm a man. I don't want someone to have to bail me out all the time. You know what I mean? Or for most of the time. You know, or at least, you know, if you do file lawsuits, so say you're the other percent that actually files a lawsuit and gets some kind of little bullshit, you know, settle out of court for $5,000 or $2,000, $3,000. Why not pay your supporter back? You know what I mean? Like, you don't even see that anymore. Like, I haven't seen a whole lot of people giving back to their supporters. Really, honestly, the last time I seen it was 2 years ago when Jeff, NC Tyrant Hunter, was running around giving people cameras and giving people a whole, you know, he gave out, like, I think me and him did an edition on it back then, and he gave away like $3,500 worth of stuff. He was giving, you know, cameras and body cams and all kinds to his supporters, T-shirts. You know, he was just having those going live, and he'd fling his screen up, and wherever it stopped at, that person got something. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, like, where's that at anymore? Like, no one's giving back. No one's even, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm biased, or maybe I'm looking at it crazily, but these are just the things that I see, you know. And these are my opinions.
Right. And you know, I guess it depends on how well you're doing. I mean, you know, for example, for me, for most of my time on YouTube, I was barely making what I used to make at my old job. So, you know what I mean? That would be like, well, why don't you go back to work at your old jobs and go out and give strangers money that say hey to you? You know what I mean? Like, I could see if I'm making like Long Island Audit, you know, 60 grand a month giving back to people. But when I'm driving, you know, halfway across the country because nobody else has got, you know, the balls or the fucking gumption to audit in Mississippi, so I got to drive my fucking ass out there to audit because no one else will, and I'm covering the costs of going out there and doing all this other stuff. See, I'm a little bit of a different perspective, right? Like, this is a two party deal, right? Like, I don't mind being the front guy. Because I have the knowledge and I'm not intimidated by them saying, I'm going to take you to jail. You know what I mean? So I can be the front guy, but there also should be some support there, right? Like, I don't mind that people don't want to do their civic duty and hold their own government accountable. But if I'm coming out there to do it, you're going to have to put up something as well, right? That's the way I look at it. It's a fair trade, right? Like, we don't send our boys off to war and say, no, you're going to have to make your bullets also. Right?
Right.
So that's kind of the way I see it. Now, I don't expect people to donate to me. I'm grateful when it happens. But to assume that I should go out and, you know, pay to go and do all these audits and everything so people can sit at home and critique me when I don't get arrested. And you know what I mean? And then expect me to come out and give you a body cam after you tell me I should have taken the fucking arrest. I mean, that's a little bit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not getting that. I'm not getting that.
I get you. I understand that. And I want to touch on, since I got you up here, at least a content creator that everybody knows that's well versed and been in this community for a long time. One of the OGs, I would say. So last week I touched on this Friday night show. I touched on, like, I was talking about, like, people filming these banks, right? Like, you see a lot of these new channels popping up, man, and they're filming banks, and they're filming weed stores. What do you call them? I forgot what they call them. You know,
Dispensary.
Dispensaries, yes. And they're filming all these other things, right? And I feel like just sitting back and being the person that I am, like I feel like those people like aren't doing nothing. They're hurting this movement more than they're helping, because usually they're not out there trying to educate, which they say they are. They always say, "Oh, I'm educating people" and all that, but you're really not, because like when someone comes up to you and says, "Hey, listen, I said it last week. If I didn't know and watch these videos, if I seen someone out filming at a bank or something like that, I would be one of those people walking up to them. 10 years ago, I'd have been one of them people walking up to them and going, "Hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing that?" You know what I'm saying? Like it's just something that people do. People that don't know do. But what they do is they immediately go to the want to be confrontational with somebody. Well, I'm doing what I'm allowed to do, and it's my right, and it's the First Amendment, and if you don't like it, why would you walk up to a cameraman and this, that, dude? And I don't believe that's helping, man. And I believe people are doing it for clicks and views, period. They're not trying to educate. They're using the 1A and this thing that you OGs like you guys, you Freeman, Jeff Gray, on and on and on. We could go down the list of the old school OGs. And I feel like they're using this thing that you built. Even what's his name? Happy Fuck the Cops Day guy up there that's in jail.
Yeah, Eric Brandt.
Eric Brandt, yeah. Like I feel like these young bucks are using this community for clicks and views, and just to try to gain fame and money. And my problem with that is I know everybody knows it and I know everybody sees it, but the OGs or the people with these big soapboxes right now will sit here and say, "Oh, I got other stuff to worry about. Well, I got other stuff." Well, then you're not worried about the community, which means to me that you're not worried about your supporters. Because if you don't care about this YouTube community that built you, right?
Well, hold on, Toe. Let's look at it this way, though. If these people are out there and they're, doing something wrong, isn't it the community's responsibility to shun them and not watch them? I mean, let me ask you this. Me and Auditing America started basically the same month auditing. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's had, I think he's up to like 250, 300,000 subscribers now. Every video he drops gets 50 to 100,000 views. He's never once sued anybody. He gets kicked out of every freaking building he goes to. You know what I mean? Like, the guy is terrible. He's always been terrible. He's never going to be anything but terrible at this job. Like, never. The dude's never, ever going to do anything good with this job. And people know it.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep watching him. Right? So are they loyal to the cause? Or are they loyal to the drama? Because all his videos are all his drama.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And you watch it. You can see it, right? So,
but I guess
no,
go ahead.
What I'm saying is the community being loyal to me, or are they being loyal to drama, right?
Mm-hmm.
Should I have 300,000, subscribers, and Auditing in America have 80,000 subscribers?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, why does he have so many subscribers when he doesn't fulfill any mission that would be considered a First Amendment auditor's mission? I mean, I've literally watched videos of the guy getting kicked out of places and him saying, "I'm never going to come back. You guys are tyrants. I'm never coming back here again." What the fuck? Right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, that's your only fucking job. No, that's your only fucking job, bro.
But like I was getting to though is like so if I go stand, hypothetically, okay, and I've even said this about post offices. I think post offices are low hanging fruit. I think post offices do more harm than good. I have done a few post offices in my time, right? I got post offices in Ohio. I got post offices in Texas. So I've done a few post offices. So I'm not being hypocritical. I'm just saying. But I kind of feel like, so here's my thing to that is, okay, so the person that walks up to the camera, hey, cameraman, what are you doing? Or what you doing? Or why are you doing that? Or whatever. And then you start throttling that person, degrading this person because you have no morals and all you want is to click in the view, right? Then, so that person goes and they walk away from you and they go to their car and they call the police and the police come and then the police go, oh, hey, that's one of those 1A auditors and they're not doing nothing illegal, da 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 da. Like people consider that a education, but to me, I consider that person's going to get on YouTube and going to search First Amendment auditors, right? And then going to see all these stupid videos of these dumb fucks doing that shit. And then that whole message of it's your right and all that, them people aren't going to believe that. They're going to be like, you know what? Fuck you. They're like, they're pieces of shit is what I'm saying. Like, I believe that kind of shit is destroying everything that everybody supposedly is trying to build. And I understand where you're coming from with the subscribers. Like a lot of it has to do with the subscribers. But here I am. I'm not a cop watcher. I'm not an auditor, and I'm up here talking about it. I'm up here talking about how it's destroying. I'm up here talking about how all these big channels with their big old soapboxes. We got Super Bowl Hall of Famers. Oh, I got a Super Bowl Hall of Famers, but you're not calling out the bullshit, man. That's hurting this community. So you want to be part of this community, but it's all about my Super Bowl Hall of Famer that I got hanging out with me. He's my buddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it pisses me off when I see that, and it pisses me off. And I'm not directing this towards you at all because you're in the chats, you're running around here on YouTube, and I see you everywhere on people's live streams and all that. But like these people ain't like they could care less. And to me, it's like, why does this guy have 200,000 supporters when or anybody? Like, why do you have supporters when they're not even in the community? Like that person acts like they don't even care about the community. Like all they care about is, and they say it's all about the freedoms and this and that and this and that, but they're not. Like the community is your supporters. Like we're the base, right?
Well, right. And I think the term community is kind of misused in the community as far as what people envision, right? Like when people say community, they think like, union fees and, structure and, like gatekeepers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
the First Amendment isn't a community, it's a right. Right. And it's a right that everybody has. Right. And it's a right that none of us could tell any of us how to exercise it. Right. Unless we're the government. So it's not about, if I was to, let's say, call out bad actors that picked up a camera, that's what my whole existence would then be. Right. I would be spending all day calling out bad actors that had picked up a camera. And my time that would be dedicated to watching the government is now dedicated because some idiot decided to pick up a camera and say he was an auditor. He was an auditor. You remember a couple years ago when I started up that Activism News Network channel with a couple of the fellas and everybody, Caroline.
I'm still subscribed to it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So everybody and their brother contacted me and was like, yo, bro, how can I, be on the channel? I picked up a camera, you know, and I had to tell people the hard reality. You ain't me. You're not like me. Just because you have a camera doesn't mean that we're buddies, doesn't mean we're in the same community, doesn't mean we have the same goals, right? And you with a camera out there acting like an idiot, it reflects badly upon you. And you know, if people want to pigeonhole you as an auditor or whatever, and me as an auditor, then it might sort of reflect me, but my actions stand alone, right? And I'm judged on my actions
Right.
when I do my work. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And I mean, I guess, I mean, where's the happy median? You know what I mean? Like, cause it seems like just a push or pull to me for the last 5 years, at least. Like there's always a,
Well, it is, and here's the thing. I've over the years I've cultivated my membership so that way my membership, and you never hear me talk about sub numbers because I'm not looking for numbers. You can get the same amount of views with 20,000 subscribers as you can with 100,000 subscribers, right? So it's about cultivating the people that want the change, right? Because I was upfront with people right from the get go. I said, listen, I said, you might not like the way I audit. I'm not going to go out here and get arrested just to get arrested. You know, I'm going to do this my way, and it's going to be a little bit different. But I introduced people to actual like revisits. They had been done before me, but very rarely. Whereas I made revisits like part and parcel of the job, right? If I had been there once, I'd been there twice. You best believe it, right?
right.
So because, and as I told, you know, Rights Crispy and everybody else that joined up after me, I said, this is the only way that I can tell if I've done a good job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, first and foremost, if you're watching an auditor, specifically an auditor, cop watchers, they don't go to the same place, you know, whatever, they're, you know, all over. But for an auditor, if you're watching an auditor and they're not doing revisits, that's a red flag, in my opinion, right? Because regardless of if there's going to be an interaction or not, you need to go back and check to make sure that the education stuck, that your fellow citizen can then go to that building with a camera and request records or ask questions and at least be partially satisfied that they won't be harassed, right? That's what our whole job is to pave the way for the rest of society to come in behind us with their cameras, ask the questions, get the records that deal with their situations. Because right now, and before auditing, you had a whole bunch of people that didn't want to go to City Hall. They didn't want to, you know, confront the government. Because every time they did, they would end up in court or you know, with some kind of retribution, retaliation, and they would end up lose. And it was always a losing battle. And now we're changing that front, right? Now people are now going out with cameras, they're confronting their government, they're getting issues solved, and they're gathering the evidence to do that, right? And now that's being done. So if an auditor you're watching doesn't go out and do revisits, that's a red flag, right? If an auditor isn't filing lawsuits, you know, with a lawyer or pro se, if he can't afford a lawyer, then you know that would also be a red flag to me. I mean, if you're about accountability and transparency, I mean, if you're in the game for so long, you can only hide it for so long that it's all about the clicks and views. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
to content creators like me and Jeff Gray and some of the other guys that you talked around, like Big Nick, and you know what I mean? Like pay attention to who we've worked with and who you've never seen us with, even though they might live in the same state or audited the same locations, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I mean, right. I mean, but I don't have to come on YouTube and say, "Hey, I don't like this guy," or "don't like." Everybody knows I don't like auditing America, but I mean, for the most part, again, yeah, for the most part, it's not my place, right? Because again, I'm not the arbiter of how somebody exercises their rights. Now,
Mhm.
would I go out in front of a sock store and spray somebody with mace? No, I wouldn't do that, right? I
Right.
wouldn't go out and do a lot. If I'm outside of an establishment, usually I'm trying to do a silent audit. It might not always work, but I enjoy doing silent audits. So if somebody wants to audit a business, I would suggest doing a silent audit that educates as well as anything else, because an education doesn't have to be verbal, and you don't have to be an asshole to give an education either. You know what I mean? Like if I'm standing out front of a place, they come out and I don't say nothing to them, and they call the cops show up, say, yeah, he's well within his rights, he's allowed to do it, and nothing I can do, ends up leaving. Regard whether that guy wanted an education or not, he just learned that it's legal for me to stand on that street and film his business,
Right.
right?
Exactly.
So, and I'm a big believer of everybody deserves to know and understand the right to free press. So I'm not mad at those guys for standing out in front of businesses. I am mad in the fact that that's all they'll do, right?
Hmm.
So if that's your whole gimmick, then you're just about clicks and views, right? And I don't
Gotcha.
really care for that. Right. Now if you want to mix it up, like our good buddy Jeff Tyrant Hunter does, every time you see me with Jeff, we're in government buildings 99.9% of the time,
Yep.
right? But Jeff does a lot of private businesses on his own, and for a long time, it was because Jeff had some health issues and
Mhm.
couldn't really get around a lot. So, I mean, and again, I love Jeff. Jeff's one of my best buddies in the game, and but he mixes it up, and he always has. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that to me shows somebody that's willing and dedicated to the cause, because again, I've known the same thing Auditing America has known since we both began, right? He chose that path. I chose the path that, again, to me, is more for accountability and transparency and less for tracksuits, right?
Mm.
He
Yeah.
chose his path because he wanted to buy as many tracksuits and Adidas shoes as he could. I went the accountability route, right?
Exactly. Yeah. No, and I
So,
get that 100%. I it
so
just
you know, to me, the community will watch what they want to watch. They know what's right. They know who's doing the good deeds or whatever. I mean, it's impossible not to, right? It's impossible to know that this guy, you've watched every video and he's never mentioned filing a lawsuit, and you can Google lawsuits, you know what I mean? Like, it's not that difficult. So if people are following this guy and they realize he's not doing the job that he's supposed to, then they need to stop lying to themselves and saying that they're for the First Amendment. They're for drama. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? They might as well be watching Hollywood Wives or the Famous Housewives, or any of that other stuff. There's a guy on YouTube. He drives exotic cars. He gets pulled over and has interactions with the cop all the time. You should watch
California,
that
yeah,
guy.
all the time. Yeah, I know exactly who you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about. They're always
yeah.
telling because he's from
DDE.
Canada. He's from Canada, and
Yeah,
they always tell him he has to have a California driver's license. And he's like, "I live
yeah,
in Canada."
yeah, yeah. Daily driven exotics, DDE.
Hmm. I know
So I
exactly
mean,
who you're talking about.
yeah, so if just watching interactions, with cops is your thing, there's plenty of stuff out there, and so um, yeah, I mean, it's a little disheartening, like to me, to see good work pushed to the side, or being not appreciated as much as somebody spraying a private business owner with mace because he
Yeah,
got too close. You know what I
or
mean? Like, that's depressing as fuck to me.
yeah,
I mean, it shows me a sad state, even in the quote unquote community. You know, like
yeah,
the community is supposed to be aware of the transgressions. And so if you're aware of them, you should want something done about them. And if you want something done about them, you should support the creators that are actually out there trying to make a difference. You know what I mean? Like Jeff Gray, he should have more subscribers than every auditor on YouTube put together.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like
that dude's a beast, man.
everybody. He should be 10 million people, dude. That I think they should be a fucking statue of Jeff Gray in his hometown. That's how important that fucking guy is to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so.
And he's never confrontational. He's never confrontational. That's what I like about him. Because he's never confrontational to anybody.
He's been doing it so right for so long. And I think people just got, I guess, accustomed, to, like when you have something around you all the time, it kind of loses its value because you see it all the time. So kind of like it's not as important to you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what happened is that people got so used to having this awesome activist that they just kind of now take it for granted. That's what the word I was looking for.
Right.
They kind of just take it for granted, but if one day Jeff was to, disappear off YouTube, those are some big ass shoes to fill.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's going to take a lot, and it's just, okay. So every once in a while, new auditors will pop up, over the years. And the new auditors that pop up and they become popular, SGV was one of them. I could go down the whole list of them. But every time the people in the comments, oh, you're the GOAT, you're the greatest of all time. They said it to SGV and Bay Area and Sean and, Jeff and all these other people. But there's, there can only be one, right? And that's the innovator. That's the OG. And that's the guy that keeps, churning them out for 12 years. This guy's been on the grind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for most of those years, he was a full-time employee, a truck driver, which makes it even more impressive, So again, it just depends, People get what they want, so that's what it is.
Yeah,
I'm looking at my.
Go ahead.
I'll give you a perfect example. I'm looking at my videos right now. I got a video that says Miss Piggy Goes Hands On. It's got 30,000 views. The video right after is Meeting Devolves into Chaos. It's got 3,000 views. Right? Who wants to watch a meeting? Because nothing important happens at a city meeting. And then people wonder why their taxes are the way they are, why code enforcement is out of control. And, they expect us to come in with our cameras and change it while they sit there watching drama, So it gets disheartening, man. It does. But again, I'm not in it for clicks and views. And I've always said that, I'm doing this for me and my kids, and I'll continue to do it, whether I've got, 500 views or 5 views. It doesn't matter because the job still needs to be done, and I'm still going to be the guy to do it regardless.
So that one video that you featured of mine, James Freeman also featured that video of mine, and that video didn't do shit, dude. I don't even think it got 1,000 views. That one with the police, the good interaction at the police station where they walked us around the whole police station and all that.
Yep.
It didn't get nothing, but get a security guard or the cops get in my face, and I got 18,000 views.
Right. Right. Exactly. So, and to me, when I support, like, okay, for example, Jeff, I support Jeff Gray, right? Every video that dude drops, I watch it. I don't care if it's something I want to watch or not. I watch it. I give him the support. You know what I mean? Because I appreciate him and what he's doing and the time he's putting into it. Regardless, I'm going to give him a view. It might be 5 cents. So what? but every little bit helps. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah. I
so
try.
it doesn't matter what video he puts out. It could be one of his videos. He does a Throwback Thursday. I watch those videos as well. You know,
I
that's
try to
what
watch
support.
as many videos of my favorite people as I possibly can, and I try to comment, even if I just put a stupid emoji in the comments. You know what I mean?
Well, you know
Just
what I like to do a lot, Toe, is when I go to bed at night, I'll go to like different people's channels. I'll go on their playlist and I'll hit play all, and I'll let it play all night on my computer, so they'll get views that way. But you know, support is different to everybody. You know, and again, you know, some people support by watching the videos. Some people support by sharing the videos. Some people support by, like you said, sending donations. You know, we all, in my pattern, we all have a role that we have to play if we want actual change, right? Because it's not just going to come from me, right? Like I said, it's going to come from thousands of phone calls from my subscribers. It's going to come from thousands of emails from my subscribers, right? That's how
right.
shit gets done. That's why there's political action committees. You know what I mean? Like, that's how shit gets done,
And
by
and
the numbers.
I believe the shit gets done even further than that is when you file the lawsuits. You know what I mean? And you start going after their pocketbooks. I think that's when
Oh, right.
change happens. I think an unlawful arrest and filing a complaint on an officer, that don't do a fucking thing. That don't do nothing. They laugh that shit off. And a lot of people, and even like case law, people talk about, oh, I'm going to have case law in my name, man. I always like to bring this up, man. And it's no diss to Philip Turner whatsoever. But Turner versus Driver, oh, well, Rogue dropped off. He might have hit the wrong button or something like that. But anyways, like no diss to Turner versus Driver, but Turner versus Driver was in Fort Worth, Texas. Like that case started. That's where he got illegally arrested, and that's where he went and started his case with Fort Worth, Texas. So Turner versus Driver, I don't know if you heard all that, Rogue, but I said no diss to Philip Turner and Turner versus Driver, but like Turner versus Driver started in Fort Worth. That's where he got arrested. That's where that case all started from, was Fort Worth, Texas, right? And look at Fort Worth, Texas. They're fucking any person that with a camera that films a cop, they're fucking just arresting them. Carolina, Manuel Mata, Harvey Freebird, like on and on and on, right? So that fucking case law didn't mean dick. It meant dick. And it's not a diss towards Philip Turner. It's just that they don't fucking care. That didn't help. It doesn't care. They don't care. The police still don't care. The city of Fort Worth still don't care. The police department and the sheriffs and all that, none of them fucking care. They'll still arrest your dumbass, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the reason they don't care is because, you know, with that qualified immunity thing, the situation has to be almost exact for you to get any justice. So, listen, I got to let you go. The girls want me out there. It's Valentine's Day. We're going to watch a chick flick and eat some fondue.
10-4 chick flick.
Yep.
Thanks for
All right, guys.
coming up, man.
Yep. Thanks for having me, buddy.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Toodles.
Yep. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
There you go, guys. Rogue Nation in the house. So, and let me get back to what I had said earlier, and I wasn't trying to make a diss towards anybody about when I was talking about having Hall of Famers, Super Bowl champions, and all that. Man, that's great that we got, you know, people, even celebrities, wanting to get involved with what we do, right? And I wasn't trying to make a diss that, and I wasn't trying to say that that's all that the person cares about is clicks and views, or any of the people, by the way, care about is clicks and views. I'm just saying that it's like it's kind of like that old saying, you know, don't forget where you came from. You know what I mean? Like you came from out here on the YouTube streets, roaming around in chats, talking to people, having conversations with people, man. Like you could still see that. You could still do that. Come around, bounce around, say what's up. You know what I mean? Like I know people are busy. I know people got lives. I got busy over the years, the last year and a half with the baby. Been busy, but I'm still out here. I still show up in chats, even if I just bounce in there, say what's up, lurking, the waving hand, lurking eyes, say what's up to the 10, 15 people that say what's up to me, and then maybe watch for a minute, and then I got to bounce because I got to do dad stuff. It happens, you know what I mean? But like, I just kind of feel like people get to a certain point in their YouTube with their YouTube channels. And I keep bringing it as YouTube channels, but they get to a certain point, man. And then it's like, okay, now I can just sit back and ride the wave. And I don't feel like they should ride the wave, right? I feel like they should be still out here. And I'm not saying being like me. I mean, I am, but I'm not, like being like me, hold a live stream. Like there's people out there that have, their main YouTube channel, and then they have a YouTube channel that they do this kind of stuff on, right? They don't want to get it misconstrued with their main YouTube channel. Like what happened to those live streams? Even NC Tyra Hunter, like he has Jeff is Here Live. That was his live streaming, panels, talking shit, this, that. And he had NC Tyra Hunter. Like what happened to the live streams? You know what I mean? And getting back and relating to the people around you and your supporters. Hello.
Hi, I just figured I'd drop by. I'm totally tripping balls, but wanted to say hi.
Look, I'm about to present this video. I'm about to show this video. Hold up.
Okay. All right. Will you do that?
Check this out, y'all.
A mental facility, and I know that because I've been in one.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
I'm crazy. I'm legit crazy. You think you're the crazy one. No. Getting tired of these fools?
He's like, yeah. Yeah.
Dropping them motherfucking beats on him. The more I swung, the more blood flew. Disappeared too. Then I felt just like a fiend. It wasn't even close to Halloween.
I wanted to ask why Direct D sounds like a car starting up. This guy's such a tweaker.
Oh my goodness.
The other reason they're there is because there were some words that were said about them. And I'll have you fucking fart in somebody's direction and poop particles fly out of your butthole and land on somebody. That's assault. It's probably assault with a chemical agent.
Arm is taking money and soliciting funds. It's clear to everyone.
That's a Hollywood move, right?
A mental facility, and I know that because I've been in one.
Wait, what?
That's some good shit. So everybody, that's Josiah's returns. That dude be putting out some funny clips. I got another one of his too. I'll show you. Hang on. This one's a good one too.
Let's watch this new Mars short, man.
Take a time out and think about what you've done, Bowser. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're trying so hard to play these psychological warfare games. You can't get at me. Y'all had the opportunity, you and your buddies. Y'all could have killed me a long time ago. Manipulation tactics. They don't work. I have a level 100 impenetrable defense. Bow is just like the government. If he isn't working for the government, he should be ashamed of himself. This is Direct D's shirt. It was too small for him, so Direct D gave me this shirt.
Shirt flex.
It's warm. It's nice. Yeah, take a time out and think about what you.
Let's watch this new.
That's just funny. Let me pull up Josiah's Returns as his YouTube channel. Hang on a minute. Here you go, man. This is Josiah's Returns, man. He'd be making all kinds of little shorts and shit. You gotta go over and check him out, man. That shit is funny. That shit is too funny. I don't care who you're. So, man, like that was kind of my whole ordeal, man, in that first hour. What I wanted to rant about. I could rant about other shit going on. I'll leave that for everybody else because you got all your stuff. Like you got your GS and your Hill Pirate Studios and your Shiz Happens and your Flow State and Resla and all that shit. And so like them guys just have it out on themselves. Let them have at it. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna, because I can't even. I've tried to even pay attention to half the shit that goes on with them, and I just don't have the time to like really get down and dirty into what they got going on, right? So I'm just like, fuck it, man. I do have an open panel, links pinned at the top of the chat. If you want to come up, chit chat, man, we'll chit chat for a little while. I usually try to run 2 hours, but if we sit up here too long, and I don't have many people to chit chat with, I'll end this motherfucker early because I hate talking to myself. And at least I've got to have some people commenting, saying something in the chats. But like I said, that's Josiah's Returns channel that I got in there. Click on that. What's up, you cops? You have rights, cops have duties. Go ahead and click on that. Go over there and subscribe, dude. He makes some funny ass clips and shit, dude. It's funny shit. And we are sponsored by, our we are a subsidiary sponsored by Bad Badger Studios, Larata, Clash with Bow and House. That's what we do, y'all. Larata gang gang. Like I said, links pinned. If you want to come up. I used to have to, when I was on the Road and Tow show, right? I used to have to beat people away from coming up on my live. What's up, Havoc?
Hey, mate.
G'day, mate. I used to have to actually beat people away from my live streams. Like I'd have people, where's the StreamYard link? Where's the link? Tow, where's the link? Because I would only, when it was the Road and Tow show, I would only give out the link to certain people, right? And you had to get a hold of me before the show, or I would get a hold of you and give you the link, and that's the only people that would get the link. Like, so. But now, man, it just seems like when I do a live stream, sometimes I'm like begging. I feel like I'm up here begging for people to come up. What's up?
I came up here for a reason, and something you touched on earlier, where you said about auditing post offices being low-hanging fruit. I was wanting to discuss that a little bit, because a lot of people, as you said, they see someone doing a 1A audit outside of a private business or whatever, and it's not necessarily, depending how they handle it, it's not necessarily a good look for the cause, because it verges on harassment. But there's different levels of auditing, I think. And I sort of agree with you about the post offices. It's a public service, it's government funded. But there's a difference between post offices and City Hall and DMV and that sort of thing. A post office, your interaction with the post office is consensual on your part. It's voluntary. You don't have to interact with them. They don't interfere with your life. You don't get fined for not receiving mail or not sending mail or anything like that. Unless you're talking mail fraud or something. But with City Hall and DMV and all that sort of thing, they're invasive in your life. You have to deal with them. You don't have a choice in one way or another. And the police are their sword, they're their hammer. The police come out and they, whether you like it or not, they're going to deal with you if they decide they want to. So you don't have a choice with those. So they absolutely need to be accountable and transparent. And that's why auditing those are a different level above the others. The others, it's educational is the only real value for the 1A cause in auditing a post office or whatever, or filming a bank from the sidewalk. It's to test the reaction if the police come out, and it's about education, and that's as far as it really goes. But when you are dealing with a government agency that you have no choice, that they're going to interfere in your life in some way or another. You might never have to talk to a city hall, but you have to pay your rates, your taxes, you have to keep, not have a vehicle sitting in your yard basically abandoned for a lot of jurisdictions. It's an ordinance violation. In that instances, it's important that they're held accountable and transparent. So that's why that's a different level. But yeah, with post officers, it's public servants, and it should be about education, not about hunting for Karens.
I actually, you know what? I've never even thought to look at it like that. Like that's a huge valid point, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's a huge valid point, man. And that makes total sense. Yeah. Like the post office, nothing the post office does to you, like interferes and affects your life. Like the city halls are the ones that are taking your taxes and this and that. Like I've never even looked at it like that. That's like a hell of a point.
The post office, they can't send police out because you didn't agree to, you didn't pick up your mail, out of your letterbox. They can't.
Right.
They got no control over that. I mean, I was a fan of Amagansett Press when he was outside post offices back in the day. Very passive, basically, and just mostly filming from outside. He rarely went in, so he wasn't being invasive in that sense. And it was about education. Then he disappeared for a few months, came back, and ever since it's been about hunting for Karens. And it's paid off for him because his channel absolutely exploded.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really disappointing. I've seen him deliberately, like he has his son watches The Watchmen, whatever.
Yeah.
Set up his camera and just film a private business and just standing there. And then Amagansett, I haven't watched him for a long time. I just won't watch him anymore. But one of the last times I watched him, people are coming out curious, what are you filming for? And instead of explaining it's just an education to help people understand that this is a First Amendment right, anything like that, instead of being passive about it, he was deliberately trying to instigate with them and provoking them verbally into reacting. And there was one where there was a woman and a guy, and they were like, they asked, but they weren't being aggressive. They weren't being Karens at that point. And they were like, oh, okay. And they were trying to understand. They generally want to know. They could have been educated. But instead, he deliberately kept provoking them until they reacted. But they weren't reacting to being filmed. They were reacting to his aggressive manner. And in that instance, like he labeled them Karens, Karens found. The only Karen in that instant was Amagansett Press.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel most of the time, is that The only Karen I see is the person with the camera.
Yeah, I mean, you can film in public like Slow. You know, Slow Townie when he. I miss him so much. He's such a great cop watcher.
Who's that?
But Slow County Observer.
Oh, yeah.
Super professional, just super professional. He really did it right. But he was a cop watcher. But between, the cop watchers, he'd walk along the main street, during party night, whatever, and still be rolling the camera. He wasn't deliberately trying to provoke people. He just was walking along. But because of his setup with his light, and he's very professional with his camera gear, it got a lot of reaction from people in the crowd. That's different. And it was about education more than anything. But he'd be live, so he wasn't ending the live because he only had to wait 10 minutes. There'd be some other cop call there. So, but where they set up and deliberately, like Riverside Accountability, I have enjoyed a lot of his stuff back in the day, but he sets up more passively, but it's still about trying to provoke.
Yeah, I tell you what, I was Riverside Accountability. I was not a fan, but I watched him. You know what I mean? I liked a lot of his videos, but when I seen him jump that guy on the ground, that was it.
Yeah,
I think Riverside's a piece of shit, and anybody that still supports Riverside after they watch that video, if you watch that video and you still support Riverside, man, there's something wrong with you. I'm just saying.
He'd lost me before that because it was,
But yeah, I mean, that was just plain out bitch move.
Yeah. But they do it. Karen sells. So that's where you get, I mean, Karen's having a Karen come up when you're doing an audit or cop watching, whatever, it's a potential bonus. It's sometimes it happens organically. You're not there when they're not there looking for a Karen. That's a totally different thing. But where they're deliberately hunting for Karens, it's about clicks and views, and that's all it's about. It's not about education. It's not about accountability, transparency, anything like that.
And what was I going to say? No, I got sidetracked because I had something on my mind.
Well, like what Emma Gansett does, I saw ones there where I believe that the police could have, like that one I told you about, could have actually charged him for harassment. Mm-hmm. It's a private, because of what he said and what they were doing. And it concerns me because if that keeps happening, it's only a matter of time before they start to say, well, hang on, they get a majority of the population to say, well, this is just harassment and the law needs to change to prevent it. And then you have potentially restrictions come in.
I think harassment is one of them charges that it's hard. Like, it's so vague, the definition of it. It's so vague that it's hard to prove. You know what I'm saying? Well, especially when it comes to something like that. You know what I mean? Like prove that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm concerned about, that they may clarify it and make it specific.
Up here, you got to shut up. Shut up. Oh, I forgot. I can mute you, sucker. Oh, wait. That's not what I meant to do. Hi. I just want to say happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I'm tripping. Bye.
Hang on. Why did you not stream this as well? I was waiting for your live to go live.
Because I can't take the glory away from the big name. I mean, I would take all of his glory.
Yeah.
Okay, bye. Oh, LBG.
So Havoc, since we're just up here bullshitting.
Yeah.
Since I'm going to do this live because we're on the live stream. So anybody that's watching this now or in the future, since you're my only tie to finding out or ever hearing about what's going on with your favorite YouTube star, has my name crossed the lips of your favorite YouTube star lately? I don't know.
Not for quite a while.
Okay.
Age on her posts, but not so much on videos. She's quietened right down the last couple of weeks. But it's. I can tell you that since I mentioned not to mention Crofty's name on Agel's Last Life, she has not mentioned Crofty's name once.
Right.
Since then, not once. So, yeah, let's get off her.
No, I just wanted to ask because she actually, it's for some reason that she actually thinks like I'm lurking her channel or something. Like I don't
know how the hell you got. What?
I don't know.
How you got tied to throw as a shade? That just made no sense at all.
Yeah, I don't. That's funny. Yeah, I'm throwers of shade. Look, everybody knows if I want to throw shade, I'll throw shade on Toe for Life Chronicles. I don't give a flying fuck. Really, I don't. Like
you'd save it for your rants.
yeah. Like that's what the disclaimer. Read the disclaimer at the bottom that's rolling across the screen. Like I really give two shits. Like this is my fucking opinion, solely my opinion. It may be frightening to you, but oh well. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm waiting with bated breath because she keeps saying she's coming back to Australia, but there's signs that suggest she might not be. So, yeah, I'm hoping she stays the hell over there. Let Farlap deal with her.
Farlap. That's my man. I ain't seen him tonight, man. He must be hiding out somewhere.
Well, Midwest disappeared a few hours ago. I wish the hell he hadn't. Because I've edited a video for him, and I was hoping he'd publish it today. So, it's just a police one that you would have seen at the where they pulled him over, and he told them he was armed, and they went to take the gun off and accidentally shot him with his own gun.
Did you see that? You see that video that I played? That short for. Josiah's Returns. Did you see? You used part of your direct D, the how you did the what do you call that? Where you was making the different colors and all that in the back.
Artistic rendition.
Yeah. Sorry, he did that. Yeah.
I actually was managed, thanks to Midwest, gave me a heads up. Managed to catch where Bow played my short on his channel. I didn't see it the first day, but I saw it the second day, which was cool.
Yeah. You're welcome. Cool. You're welcome, fucker. Just saying.
Yeah, no, that was cool. And I was happy now. 2 days ago, my software, the editing software I had, didn't update, thank Christ. The last update they did, Power Director, they introduced some glitches in it. And one was a shocker. Every time you rendered something, it got the audio degraded and it got tinnier and had a whistle start to develop. And because I got a slow computer, I have to continuously render what I'm editing. Otherwise, my RAM can't handle the editing. And I got the point where after rendering it, after 4 or 5 renders, you couldn't hear it because it was so tinny and whistly, and you could hear some of that in that DirectD short. It was just still okay, but I had to redo it because the last one wasn't okay.
I actually hate updating my my editor, man, because it seems like every time I update it, it's like they change something.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, you motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Like I liked it the way it was. I was fine with it the way it was. Like I'm a creature of habit, so I hate change. I hate change, for a lot of things,
100%. I remember when Power Director updated it and they completely changed the interface, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, and I went back in. I was actually I was trying to do a new intro for this show. I was going to do an intro for this show specifically for Friday Night Rants. And man, I just couldn't get, like, before I used to sit down and like get into editing. And once I got started, it was like, I wouldn't stop until I was done. And then I'd do some more and then I'd do some more, you know what I mean? Until it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. But the other night I tried to do that intro, dude. And I gave up like halfway through it. I was like, fuck this, I'm done. I was like, I quit. I was like, I'll just use my other intro. Fuck it.
Well, I basically, apart from those a few shorts and a few clips of my favorite person, as you said, the major projects, I wasn't going to go in them until this update. I knew there'd be an update sooner than later because I knew I wasn't the only one having this problem, and they'd have to fix it real quick. But there was another glitch that came in, and I spent 2 days on this same video I said I finished, where I did 5-6 hours on the video, saving it every step of the way. And the longer my computer's running, the slower it gets. So I do a reboot and then, finish it off and render it when fresh after a reboot. When I went to reload the thing I saved, it wouldn't reload.
Don't you go anywhere unindoctrinated.
Hey, unindoctrinated.
You better stay here, girl.
Yeah, but it wouldn't reload. So I lost the whole 5-6 hours. And I tried again a couple of days later and same thing happened. I lost 5-6 hours of work.
Oh, God, no. I'd be pissed.
I wasn't game to do it. And I didn't want to touch. I've got a couple of other videos for Midwest that I'm working on ITN, which are at about the 80. One of them's at about 80-90% completed. But they're major videos, and they've been sweating on them for a while. And I've got the other one concerning the homeless thing, which is an important video, and I haven't been game to go into them. Now I've got one other thing to finish first, then I'll get onto them.
Dude, I got like 2 or 3 videos, dude, on my phone right now that I haven't even downloaded or uploaded into my computer to even, and they're like almost a year old now. Like they're like 8 months old, dude.
I've got one from which started when I was doing that big long video for Crofty with the artistic rendition. I've got a 55 minute video where the video itself is finished pretty much for XGeo. He doesn't know about it. It was going to be a surprise. I wanted to organize with Dr. Sean Berry or whatever to help me with it because it needs some subtitling from when he talks, because it's hard for a lot of people to understand what he says, and he says some really good stuff. He's very, very funny man. So I wanted to subtitle it, but I was hoping to get Sean Berry's help because he would I can make out about 60-70% of it, but he'd probably be able to fill in the rest. And it's just been sitting there because every other things are taken over. I haven't had time, so it's something I'd like to finish eventually, and give it to him as a gift. So.
Right.
But, yeah, you said about community, the 1A community. There's a lot of people in the community that aren't about the 1A community, as in the cause itself. They're just here for the entertainment value. And that goes for both content creators and supporters. And it's just, as you said, it's not a great look at the moment, all the drama and the infighting and all the bullshit that's going on.
So you see what I'm talking about to a certain extent then.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's not a good look. And I'm just trying, and I'm not trying to call anybody out about it. I'm just like, what do we do to fix it? You know what I mean? Like, cause originally, man, when I started this, dude, 5 years ago, like I said, it was like a community. Like everybody, like there were the only people that were getting called out were pedos. You know, we'd find a pedo here and there in the community. Excuse me, sorry. and weed out that pedo, you know what I mean? But like just out in people calling them liars and grifters and this and this, like that shit wasn't happening. You know, everybody was, you know, people just, if they didn't watch you, they just didn't watch you and didn't say nothing about you. They didn't care.
Yeah.
You know,
and more recently, the line seems to be blurring between the 1A community and the anti-1A community, which is mind-boggling.
yes.
It's like why are we doing their job?
Yes. Like you see a lot of you're starting to see a lot of the anti-1A community popping up in the 1A communities and talking to other supporters and stuff and being, you know, hunky-dory with them.
Yeah.
You know, it's getting weird. Yeah, you're right. It's starting to get weird.
It is. And like it'd be okay. There's some on both sides of the divide that are interested in actually learning something. If they're coming in and willing to pay attention, they might actually learn something that they were misled about. You know, that would be good. But I don't know.
There was like we could talk about the old school people that were like that. So you would have rest his soul, Doc Danger. I don't know if you know who Doc Danger is.
I've heard of him, but he's a bit before my time.
So Doc Danger, he passed away like a year ago, but Doc Danger, he was one of the guys that he would hang around the 1A, but he also hung around the anti-1A community, right?
Yeah.
And he just brought questions. Like he never really he wasn't in the chats just like telling 1A people, oh, you're a piece of shit and I hope you get beat up and I hope the cops throw you in jail and all that kind of shit. He would just bring up the good questions, right? So he really wasn't a hater. He was more of he just had questions. Yeah. So I respected Doc Danger. Came on my panel a lot of times. Always was cordial with me. I was always cordial, always respect. You know what I mean? And I even had a couple people like giving him crap on my panel, and like I had to shut that shit down. Like, man, look, like he's cordial, he's on my panel. Like we're not gonna do that here, you know. And there's another one that's still around, but he's old school, and that's like Navin Johnson. Like he gets,
I remember him.
Yeah, and Navin Johnson, like a lot of people don't like Navin Johnson. A lot of the 1A people, the old school ones, don't like Navin. I don't mind Navin. He's never disrespected me. He's never disrespected my chat. He's never disrespected any of my live streams. So, I mean, and he's always came up just with questions. And he says he thinks everybody should film and they have the right to film. He just doesn't like, he would always say he didn't like when they stick the camera in like a secretary's face of the clerk's office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he would say like those people ain't trained for that. And I kind of see that. Like I kind of get that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And yelling at that person, that's not going to get you nowhere. You know what I mean? Like you need to go to that person's boss or the boss's boss and be like, you need to start training your people because this is what happens.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They're just a person like me and you trying to work, and person that's got a job and trying to work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, make a living.
Yeah.
I got mixed views on that. If the government employees, and you know, that should be part of their training, but you know, dealing with this, like 10 years ago, maybe not, but now it just doesn't make sense that it's not part of their training.
It doesn't.
You look at police, and like I don't know if you saw the Lackluster and Cop Live talk, the video on that, where he was interviewed by the retired cop who's very critical of police.
No, and I subscribed to Lackluster, and I didn't see that.
Oh, well, you should check it out. He put it out a couple of days ago, but I went and watched the full interview, hour and a half interview from the retired cop, and that retired cop said something very, very, very. I hadn't really thought of it until he said it. He made the point that he knows someone in his family who's just recently gone and got a hairstylist license, and they had to go Monday to Friday for 11 months to get that license to cut hair. Yet police get a badge and a gun and go out and enforce laws after a 16-week course. That's insane.
Yep.
Absolutely,
it's completely insane.
I mean, it's just how do they enforce laws when they don't know the laws? You know, you work in just about any,
and then have qualified immunity on top of it.
Exactly, yeah, which allows them to use ignorance as a defense.
Yeah,
and so the prosecutors and the judges is even more insane because their immunity protects them from criminal liability as well. Unless they're doing something completely out of their jurisdiction.
Yeah, judges are almost untouchable.
Yeah. And people say, well, got to get rid of, qualified immunity for cops. Like there's a lot of states don't have it, but that doesn't matter because once it gets to the federal level, they have it.
Exactly.
So a civil rights thing ends up in federal. So it's just, it doesn't really matter about the state qualified immunity. It only means that you'll get it to that point and then it goes federal and then they potentially have it. But it's got to be a legislative change to get rid of it. Judges will never get rid of qualified immunity for police because that's one layer of protection for themselves. Because if they get rid of qualified immunity, how can they then justify their own immunity?
Right.
The judges are like they're like they can do whatever the hell they want. That's why you got these judges going crazy and taking people off the street for filming, like Firm and Midwest and Joko and News Now did back in Lynn County. I think it was Lynn in Missouri. For filming on the sidewalk outside a courthouse, and took a couple of them in handcuffs before the judge, and he ordered them out of the county basically under threat of arrest. I mean, it was completely beyond the scope of his powers, but he's untouchable.
Yep. And I actually had a judge tell me that. I got a judge that's a client of mine that I do a lot of work for. Here and there, and he's been a judge, and he's been a lawyer, and he's pretty much retired. But now he's like a temporary judge.
Yeah,
like when judges don't show up or they got vacation or whatever, he takes over or whatever. But he told me, I had asked him all them questions once, and he flat told me, he was like, inside our courtroom, dude, it's our world. Yeah. He was like, we're untouchable. Yeah. And I was like, damn, that's messed up. And he goes, yeah, I know. Yeah. Like he even knows it, but he knows that he's untouchable.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, they can't be sued, but the judges can't even be held criminally liable. So at least cops potentially can be held criminally liable, even if they get qualified immunity. And the qualified immunity thing, as Rogue touched on, is so ridiculous. There has to be a precedent. It has to fit a matching case law all the way along, basically, almost perfectly, or they'll throw it out because it doesn't match anything they have in case law. Because even though I've read an opinion from a judge throwing out, or judges throwing out qualified immunity, or an attempt to strip qualified immunity they threw out, they denied. And they said, yes, this is a greater violation than, a severe violation of this person's rights, but we don't have any case law to match it, so therefore we can't strip qualified immunity. That's fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because they don't have the gumption to set precedent. They don't want to go on record as setting precedent and opening themselves up maybe for criticism. They don't have the balls to do it, so they throw it out. But you got a problem when a lot of the judges are drawn from, they're lawyers, first and foremost, they're lawyers. And it's 40%. The studies have shown there's 40% of prosecutors who engage in misconduct, like fabricating evidence, withholding evidence, that sort of thing. It's 40% of prosecutors do that, and that's where a lot of the judges come from.
I would probably say it's more than that, but
well, that's the studies. It was the study. There's been a couple of different studies. That was one on where they looked into people that have been convicted of murder and then later absolved. Right?
Yeah, it's all about wins and losses, right?
Yeah, and proven to be completely innocent. It was not a matter of they might have been. It was proven they were innocent, and the number of prosecutors guilty of misconduct far exceeded the number of the cops in the same cases. It was something like 25% thereabouts of police and 40% of the prosecutors. And that's where your judges come from. So there are good judges out there, but there's a lot of bad ones.
Recent guest of the state of Texas. Oh, I bet you saw things that were unbelievable and unjust. Yeah, I was talking to a guy the other day about Texas prisons, and he was telling me how there's no air conditioning, dude. And I'm like, what? And he's like, there's none. Like, the only air conditioners in them places are in a couple rooms, and that's where all the COs are. Wow. And when it's like 120 degrees outside or 110 degrees, COs are always fighting to get in them certain rooms that have the air conditioning.
And it's not like they've got a large window they can open up and get a breeze from, is it?
Nope. And then in the wintertime when it's cold like this, they have no heat.
Mm.
So, I mean, it's kind of cold right now. It's not cold. It's Texas cold right now here. But it's not really cold to me.
They're not going to give them a dozen blankets they could tie together and make a rope from to keep warm.
No.
I'll be back just a sec.
Yeah, it is inhumane. I don't know how Texas gets away with it, honestly. The things that I've heard about it, I don't know how they get away with it. Like, you would think they'd have to have, even if they didn't crank the AC down to, 73, if they even had it set at like 80, you know what I mean? But at least have some air conditioning. Because I'll tell you what, when it's 120 here, 110 here, I mean, it's bad.
Yeah, I've only been inside a jail, a prison, one time, not as an inmate, but as a visitor. And it was unnerving. It was a really old prison.
And for the people watching this video now and in the future, I've never been inside a prison. I've also never stuck the phone up my ass while I was in prison. So I'm just saying.
And
I got you, bro. What's up, man?
Hey, you have right.
Hello, Havoc.
Yeah,
Hello, Top for Life.
What's up, buddy? It's been a while.
Yeah. I don't know. Not much is up right now. Just everything. You know what I mean? Just listening to your guys' conversation.
Yeah, I'll just finish what I said about that prison. It's a really old one. And man, I had pucker factor all the way in and all the way out because it's one of those old ones with the guard walking along this mesh thing above with a rifle pointed at me the whole time.
No shit.
Like, no fucking way.
Hi. What are y'all doing over here?
She come out the naughty corner. I give her breaks. I give her breaks in the naughty corner and let her come out every now and then.
Hey, John.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
Not much.
Awesome.
Trying
Are
to
you
survive.
having that's all you can do, man. Hope your
Yeah.
Valentine's Day is great.
What's happening with?
Look at my eyes.
Hey, yeah. As you can see, Havoc, her Valentine's going real good. I asked her what she wanted for Valentine's Day, and she told me I want gummies, and I said, okay, I'll send you some money. So I sent her some money, and she got her gummies.
I can see that.
Nice.
So you
Hi,
have right.
Bessie. Okay.
What's happening with? I know you had some legal issues with the police and that, or the local thing. What's going on with that now?
Oh, we're back to seriousness. Okay, I gotta go.
She's out. She come to try to liven the party up, and you just kicked her right off to the curb.
It's not working. Like there is no living this panel up. I'm over on hippies, right? Because I can be, right over at hippies. I'm waiting for you to like either end it or like to change the mood. Oh, they're peeking.
Oh, share the
Anyway.
gummies out, Asia.
Yeah. Meow right now. Okay. I'm
meow. She go. But no.
I used to. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, I was just gonna say I used to live in Texas when I was like 4 years old. We moved there from Utah. My dad got a job as a high-rise welder somewhere between Houston and Galveston, and we were living down there for a while. And I had a friend named Mike, but we were from Utah, so we didn't have no accents. But they called themselves Big Mac and Little Mac. And me and my little sister thought that our friend's name was Mac the whole time. But when we grew up, we finally figured out his name was Mike.
Come back, AJ. What do you got to say? Come on.
I was just saying meow.
She's silly, man. Hey, look, you guys, when I end this live stream, I got to put up with that for the rest of the night. I'm just saying.
Grandma, hold on tight. Oh. Yeah.
Oh my god! AJ's on toes live doing forward cowgirl.
I love her to death. Uh-oh, one of the childrens must be in her room talking to her. One of the childrens.
It'd be good if Midwest was on here about half a bottle down. Yeah.
And I say children's. I don't want to get everybody misconstrued. I say children's. They're grown or almost grown. So don't want people to think like they're little ass babies or it's Justice. Justice is sleeping. That's why we did. That's why we do the live stream so late, because we gotta wait for Justice to go to sleep.
I just wish she'd had the gummies when she did the Naughty Corner live.
Oh yeah, well she does. Well, she needs to hold on to them for this Tuesday. I'm just saying.
It might have tested Caucasian out.
Yeah, because that'd be a good naughty corner with her like that.
No, Caucasian would have had fun for sure.
That's what's cool about Aja is she's got lots of passion. You know, I mean, she's in it for the long haul. You know, so
well, she's got to have a lot of something, dude, to deal with me. I'm just saying.
Oh my God, y'all are breaking my heart. I'm in the backstage. Oh, yes. I can make a difference. Okay.
It's silly, dude. Oh my goodness.
God. I'm just wondering if someone might be watching and screenshotting this. You could get a few posts come up in the next couple of days.
Oh, that'd be good. She'll love it. AJ,
Yeah,
that'll make AJ's day. That'll make her week. She'll love that. I think it's funny, dude. I don't know if you heard me last week at Havoc talking about. I seen one of the ones that I think AJ showed it to me or whatever. It was when the day that AJ did that one where the dog was trying to sniff its own ass or whatever.
Oh, the rat or whatever it was.
Yeah. And I watched one of her like 4-minute live streams, and at the end of it, she tried to do like a dig towards my outro that I always do at the end of my show. And I just thought it was funny. I laughed about it. I'm like, you act like I even watch it. Like I just happened to watch it because someone said, here, watch this.
Yeah.
Like I don't watch your fucking channel.
Yeah, she did the Toodles thing, I think it was.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, she tried to, yeah.
Yeah. Didn't really work.
I have to be an adult.
She just came in here and said, I gotta be an adult and I don't want to.
Yeah, we heard her.
Oh my God. I told her don't take the third one. I'm just saying, everybody, I told her don't eat the third gummy.
That's only 2 gummies?
Just be half an adult,
3.
nobody will realize.
It's 3, and there's some kind of gummy mushrooms or something. I guess the guy was telling her. So I don't know what the fuck they are. Listen, I don't do none of that shit, so I don't know. So to even ask me, you like I don't know.
I remember.
I'll smoke weed. I don't do none of that shit.
I remember when I was younger, like 20 years old, taking a trip with my brother and his girlfriend, and we sat around for about 4 or 5 hours just looking at a dead log in the middle of the park. But we were seeing little, like fairies or something all around it, like little creatures, but they weren't there. But we spent 4 or 5 hours just completely fascinated.
I did some acid one time, dude. I did some acid one time when I was. Yeah, I did some acid one time when when I was like 14 years old. Probably 14, 15, right in there. I don't remember exactly how old I was. But I started tripping so bad, dude. I was walking down the street, dude, and like the trees were coming alive and shit.
Oh.
And I was just like, yeah, no, never again, ever. And never again did I ever touch it.
Man, I used to, when I was 20, I used to do raves in Sydney, big ones like with 10, 20,000 people. And it was all about, drugs and taking ecstasy, that sort of thing. And there was one we used to take, which did have a drip of LSD on it. And I took one of them and I'm in there on the dance floor and I'm crouching on the floor. And someone come up and said, "Why are you crouching for?" I said, "Because the roof came down." I honestly thought the roof had come down. And a few times later, that was when I first went. And I went again after a few visits. And I was there one time. There was 2 girls doing the exact same thing. And I just tapped on my shoulder. I said, "Don't worry. It'll come back up. It's cool. Don't worry about it." Good times. But yeah, I by the time I hit 21, I'd grown out of it. It was fun. It was interesting, but it wasn't for me. So.
I love the comfortability of mushrooms. It's highly comfortable if you don't let your head go to it. I mean, it's not like it's not like LSD. You don't get that out of. It's not that psychedelic. It's just, the colors are a little bit more heightened, and you're just smiling a lot.
Yeah, I've never done mushrooms. I could have one night. My brother and friends did them, and I chose to go in the city to a disco, nightclub, and take a different sort of drug. And I had an absolute ball. And came back to find out that they'd just been sick all night. was like, damn, I'm so wish I'd stayed and done that with you. But the irony is, my sister owns a property, farm. Yeah, my family, there's a couple of properties, but my father has one and my sister has one, half a mile up the road. And she actually has gold top mushrooms. Psychedelic mushrooms grow naturally on the property. And I always joke to her, well, if the ass falls out of the beef industry, you can always value add and get into the gold top industry.
So look, Havoc, look at my avatar and my name. How long do you think before the trolls will start popping in here and clipping my channel?
Christopher Ruff will be sniping you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it up there. I should have started the show out with that. Fuck, I'd have probably had 150 people in here. Oh, that'd have been great.
That's pretty cool. You got your name tag changed to Tav and everything. I like it.
I can lose your audience real quick. I could change mine to S.
No, don't do that.
Are you using jigs or spinners? For life?
Probably should. Why
I don't know.
Probably should. Why Agent's out of the room, then she'd come back in and come straight on, and it'd be funny.
Because you're trolling with that. You know what I mean, or whatever. So are you using jigs or spinners? That's what I was saying.
Hook, line, and sinker, baby. That's what I do.
Hella.
Hey, I do it. I do that shit all the time, man. Every time I want to throw a little troll out there, it just seems to hook, line, and sinker, motherfuckers, dude. It's funny as hell, dude. I just sit back and laugh like you took that fucking bait and ran with that shit so quick, bro.
I like counter trolling. That's what I call it.
Do you guys remember? Like maybe you don't have it, but I know you have rights. Cops has duty. He's been around long enough and been on my panels before and remembers. And a lot of people in the chat. You remember when I used to do no drama? You remember those days where I was all against anybody doing any drama? Now,
but that was back in when Eric Brandt was still, free and everything.
Yeah, now I just don't give a fuck. Like I'm just like whatever, man.
You were still largely like that until Esther didn't come along.
I was just like that until I just started seeing that the so-called 1A community was just crumbling, dude, with all the fucking bullshit. And I'm just like, well, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna come out here and have fun. Whether you like me or not, I'm gonna have fun with it. You know what I mean? This is just a hobby for me.
I try to stay neutral, Well,
I do too, but a lot of people say then you're riding the fence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they try to tell you that you're riding the fence, but in a way that's the truth. But the truth isn't always the one that you have to go with. You know what I mean? Even though it's the truth, it's kind of like if the truth is something as big as rights, then yes, the truth should be stood on. But when the truth is not going to hurt somebody, like basically you being friends with both sides of the fence, then it's okay to just continue being friends with both sides of the fence. You know what I mean?
That's right. Hey, look, man, I'm a grown ass fucking man. I'm 50 years old. I'm friends with who I want to fucking be friends with. I'm not friends with who you tell me to be friends with.
Yeah, I try to stay friendly. I mean, I argue with a lot of people, and I try to point some things out, and then people take it as arguing from me sometimes, or they think that I'm trying to be too smart or something. But at the same time, I don't really let people shit, get to me that bad. And then, one night I was trying to be like neutral with Direct D. And I was trying to talk him into like, it's all right, like I don't understand why you guys are that much on for public safety. Why you guys hate on them so much? And I was trying to like kind of be neutral, but then him and his mods started talking shit about me and everything. And I donated to Direct D. I mean, not a lot of money because I'm not rich and everything, but that even makes it to where it's worse. But yeah, I donated to his ass before and everything, and I just got pissed off. So he's like one of the ones I don't be on the fence about. I fucking don't like his ass. You know what I mean?
Here you go.
Well, he
It's
lost,
the inner,
he lost
just
me
like
when he came at toe and in NC Torrent Hunters chat for no reason.
Yeah.
No matter how much you like him and no matter how much you give him props, he'll shit on fucking any one of his fans or anybody else. You know what I mean?
like Unindoctrinated said, it's the internet, for fuck's sake. Exactly. It's the fucking internet, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Why so serious, bro? Why are you so serious?
Yeah, it's the fucking internet. Plus, on top of it, I know that all you guys are my fellow Americans. You know, like maybe you guys might not see eye to eye with me on everything, but that's why I'm not going to get way too mad, because at the end of the day, I might need you in a crowd someday or something else. You know what I mean?
You have a right to your opinion, bro. I don't give a shit, man. If your opinion doesn't line up with my opinion, that doesn't mean I don't like you, man. I don't give a shit. Like, your opinion is your opinion.
I've lurked in some lives you wouldn't know because I was lurking, but I've seen and heard some of what's been going on with you, and the one thing I got no doubt about is you're in it for the right reasons. From what I saw, you're in it for the right reasons. It might not, the way you go about it might not be how some might go about it, but it's
I'm wild.
Everyone does themselves.
Yeah,
well, I was like, oh, go ahead.
I've noticed in my years out here in these YouTube streets that sometimes you have rights, cops have duties. It is a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people. But I don't believe that makes him a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Here you guys.
I have my opinion is usually not the right opinion until it's like 4 or 5 years down the road, and then all of a sudden it seems like when I came out with my video that where I walk around my little town saying, or I flipping everything off in my little town saying, welcome to North Korea, where they don't want you to hold your hand like this. And people on my channel or my comment section, they're like, man, that's the stupidest protest I've ever heard. What the hell? Who are you even protesting to and stuff like that? And then some of them are saying, if it was North Korea, you wouldn't be able to hold your hand like that. Is one of the comments that I have on there, or that somebody has on there to me. And then all of a sudden, like 2 or 3 years later, everybody from Brian, AFA, and everybody was basically referring to the United States as North Korea, like with the tactics that the stuff they're using on us. You know what I mean?
Right. Check this out.
Are you kidding me? Enough of the grandiose narcissism, you retarded fool. So the morale of the story is, don't be a triggered Janny like these IP2 nerds. Or the Discord crazies like Kevin Gray that live in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, talking about spoofers and making up lies, tweaking. Nobody does that but you losers. Stay mad, Bow wins again. You know, can you imagine being that guy? The one that has to tweak online, judging someone you have never met. All the while you have no redeemable qualities in life. Take, for example, Christopher Ruff. The felonious weasel that's retardedly gay for Denver Metro audits. How about you fester our fester?
He's talking about as good as Joe Biden.
All gay like. I am not going to tolerate it. Get wrecked.
Relax, Biden. You know, he's always gay for Denver Metro audits.
Are you kidding me?
He likes Biden. He's always gay for Denver Metro
audits. The
audits.
moral of the story is, don't be a triggered Janny. Who's restreaming me? That Asian gay boy?
I also remember Yeshua and Bow's chatters on the other streamers chats talking about Loretta. Even South Bama Gump AI Music Rec Felonious Festa. At least Bow tweaks in a van and not a shed.
That's so funny.
Yeah, at least Bow tweaks in a van and not a shed.
Too. Hopefully his mom hasn't committed for being a narcissist like DirectD. Or the TikTok loser Carson Rock, who lives in Canada. Who cares about Canada anyways? Such a horrible country, horrible people, terrible attitudes towards the world. Always taking from others but giving nothing back. Maple syrup scammers, get wrecked. All of this does belong to Bao and his people. And no matter how hard you try, this will be ours. So take that, suckers. What now?
This felonious Fester can tweak in that shed as hard as he wants.
I really do not care about the guy. He's gay for Denver Metro audits, the two of them having Brokeback Mountain love making. I do not want to even think about that gayness. You know, I remember when...
AKA doing meths.
Clash with Bao is our true leader. All of you can get wrecked. Barada Empire for life. Bao and his people
came into the chat, and then Ray started crying.
Then Yeshua's returned, wanted, and selfie and got pressed by that European guy. He was tweaking hard.
Direct D needs to stop acting retarded, get rid of his phallic-shaped bomb, fester his fester, and hopefully DMA will stop being gay around him too. They're always so flirty, sneaky, gay, cringe. But we're not going to tolerate that, or Ant putting bananas in his mouth with A-Jaw singing Lady Boy Bow.
Discord suckers. I love when you get triggered. Stay mad, talking all that retarded crap. You will learn the hard way that Lorado is the best. You claim more territory each day. Imagine being a Janny loser like yourself, going nowhere in life. Take it with your grandiose narcissistic mentality, thinking you will take everything, nothing back. Bao and his people cannot wait for your demise. Kate Peters going to pull all those scraggly hairs. Gay boy.
Clash with Bao is our true leader. All of you.
Pull all those scraggly hairs, gay boy.
Wait, what? Why is Biden going on about direct tweaker?
Christopher Ruff. That felonious little weasel. Always in his dumb shed tweaking. This pisses me off. You know what? How about this? I will fester your fester, and Direct D can go squash his felony warrants. Because if you don't, we all know he will resort to butt stuff.
Bao quacked Chinnu and fought valiantly. But then Mini Hippo had the green apple squirts.
Biden, let's talk about Clash with Bao for a minute. You know, Lorada Empire always wins. Direct D, aka Christopher Ruff, is still sitting in his shed smoking on phallic-shaped bongs. And so I wanted to ask you what you thought.
Well, Trump, I do know that Lorada always wins. I know that we do like to watch our fat hippo dance in the morning and jiggle around their chair.
Oh my God.
Men, so there's not much else to talk about in regards
Phallic-shaped bong.
All of this does belong to the Lorada Empire.
Because he likes that baseball bat looking son bitch.
Like the retard ginger Tyree Rue, or the murderous Mormon Adam Provis. They need to learn their place. Take a look at what happened in North Carolina.
Lorada Empire, y'all.
Hell yeah.
I will
Thank you, man.
La rata, bitch! La rata!
Excellent. Excellent.
Excellent.
Someone just screamed out that.
This guy's out of the mental institution.
Pass it.
Calling us.
Yo, this kid's making a false report. Yeah, why's my face like that on this sock account right here?
So
You know what? I love about that
So when I came in, you had me. I saw Tav, and I'm going, "What the hell?" Like I was totally caught off guard. I had to go be an adult for a minute, and I didn't like it.
Damn it, I should have changed on the Essendon, like I said.
He was going to change his to Essendon Hennessy because he knew you were away from the computer. He thought you would come back and be like, what in the fuck?
I did have to take a double look, like, what is going on here? Like, where did Toe go? Very nice, very nice. Gotcha, sucker.
Dude, I love it.
You know what I find funny about the Biden stuff, though? It doesn't need a disclaimer to say it's AI. It's obvious it is because he hasn't managed to put together a sentence without tripping over it in how many years?
Oh, about 30.
Yeah. No, that very start sounded just like Obama in reality. I mean, not Obama, but Biden in reality. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love it, dude. So you guys got to check out Yesiah's Returns. That dude is
that's funny.
Yeah, his clips are just hilarious about Direct D and shit, dude. That shit is
what was that called? Poseidon's Return? Poseidon Return?
No, I'll get it. Hang on a second.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, that shit was funny.
Yeah, he's definitely part of the Lorada gang. So he's definitely class with Bao all the way.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, we do our due diligence on rolling with the Bowser. Here we go. Copy. Paste. It's in that chat.
Midwest.
It's in my chat, and I'll put it back here.
Midwest.
I'll put it back here in the private chat. Where's it at? Oh, yeah. Here you go.
Okay. I can't see the
it's in the
YouTube
private
chat right now. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
in the private chat. That's go ahead and subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Yeshua Return is who did that?
Yeah. Yeah, he's hilarious, dude.
I didn't understand what you were saying, obviously.
Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce it, man. I mean, I say Josiah
Yeshua's return.
Jeshua's? Okay, gotcha.
Yeshua's return. Like why Yeshua? Yeah, I guess I've never called God Yeshua, but some people do.
Is that Jewish or something?
It could be Jewish. It's probably Jewish or something. I don't know.
Speaking of Jewish, I got to go to a synagogue tomorrow and do some work. And I made sure I talked to the rabbi, and I made sure I was like, "Is it tomorrow the Sabbath?" And he was like, "Yeah, but we ain't got nothing going on." And I was like, "Okay." So they got some lights that are tripping the breaker, so I got to go over there and figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Midwest, you want to come on panel, man? Let me know in the chats if you are or if you aren't. Because if you are, then I'll leave the panel open for a little while. If not, I'm going to probably sign out of here.
You know what I was going to say? So for life, I was going to say, isn't Jesus Jewish?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because Jesus was a Jew, he should be. But it's like Spanish, I think, Jesus, Jesus.
Jesus, yeah, King of the Jews.
I think Yeshua's Hebrew or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got to be Hebrewish.
Mm-hmm. Get me to acting like I'm a smart guy, dude. Ain't gonna fucking happen. I'm gonna let you guys know that. I'm just a dumbass.
Same here. I study a lot of stuff, but I'm still I got my problems. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, you're here. Took you forever, but guess what, Midwest? I'm high, tripping balls.
Midwest accountability.
I'm like having
Hey,
to
Midwest accountability.
watch over here, and then like play over here,
Well,
and
good.
watch over here, and play over here. I'm just saying.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes. If you want to come up for 5 minutes, come up for 5 minutes, and then I'll end the show after 5 minutes. I don't know. Havoc's got something stupid he wants to talk to you about. No, I don't think it's stupid. I'm just playing.
Me?
No.
I'm like, because I don't have the attention span. Just saying. Not today.
Agent needs to talk to Midwest.
No, Havoc didn't come on the panel, Ajot, and say, "Hey, tell Ajot to check her email."
Fuck off.
Uh-oh. We got somebody in the basement.
I was gonna leave, and then I saw this sexy motherfucker. How you doing?
What up, though?
What up, though? How you doing, brother, man?
Another day in paradise.
Mm-hmm. Heard that. How's it feel to be home?
Well, I've only got a couple days left, and I'll be right back at it. So,
Yeah, well, but I mean, you've been home for a little while, right?
Yeah, a few days, 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. Nice.
If anyone missed that Midwest was out last night feeding the homeless again. Well, the temporary.
No, I did see it. I was in there for a little while. I really wasn't chatting because Mitty wasn't even looking at the chat, so I was just kind of lurking.
That's kind of how it happens when I'm feeding the homeless. I don't really pay much attention to the chat. I'm focused on feeding them and have a conversations with them and kind of building a rapport so they can kind of trust me,
That's badass, Midwest accountability.
Thanks
up? Thanks for feeding the homeless, bro.
Yeah, it's kind of going to be a once a month thing now. So, every time I'm home,
What was the chicken dishes last time? Because last time you fed them actual whole chicken, it was some sort of what was it, pulled chicken or something? You fed them.
It was the same. It was the same thing as the first time I fed them chicken. So a rotisserie chicken, but I just pulled it off of the thing and added a teriyaki sauce and.
I like it.
Give them some chicken papakas.
Chicken taco.
Fucking.
I lived homeless from 2005 to 2007, 365, but then off and on from 2005 all the way to 2018. So I know I like being homeless though, but I use a 21 speed bike and a bike trailer, and I try to move along. But at the same time, thanks, bro. You know,
I know how it is to be homeless myself. I was homeless for a while, and I think my whole I've got two main reasons for doing it. One, rest in peace, Chopper Chopper. It was something that me and him had talked about quite often about doing in our own communities somehow, some way. And when he passed away last year on Veterans Day, I decided right then and there that I was going to fulfill his wishes of wanting to feed the homeless. So,
And on that note, since you said that, on that note, I do want to stop and give a shout out. Rest in peace to Chopper Chopper, of course. Rest in peace to George Ward. And rest in peace to Karen M. All of you will be missed.
Jay Surreal, Disorderly Product News.
I'm just talking about this year. Pretty much in recent history, it's been Chopper Chopper and George Ward and
don't forget Secret Agent Man.
Secret Agent Man. Who else?
His son isn't doing too good, from what I hear.
Work Lion. Work Lion passed, and Work Lion was
Work Lion.
Yeah, Work Lion passed away about 2 years ago, and Work Lion was a big supporter of Tow for Life. He sent me a drone, all kinds of shit. I got it sitting over here on my shelf.
Damn.
I didn't know Work Lion passed away 2 years ago. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I've been gone from my house for over a year now, though, so I guess, fuck.
Yeah, it's been about 2 years since Work Lion passed.
Man, that's jacked up.
Yeah, wake up.
I like Work Lion.
Havoc, what do you got to talk to Midwest about? He's only got a couple minutes.
Oh, I said earlier about I'd finished that video for you. I was hoping you were going to publish it today, but I guess tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, it'll probably be tomorrow. Sorry about that. I just been trying to get everything put away today after yesterday and everything else. So
I was thinking about because after Rogue Nation left earlier, Toe was kind of twisting in the wind on the panel, which is the only reason I come up. But I thought it would have been cool if I could have sent him the link to play it or something. But
I don't
till it's on your channel first.
Well, because I don't really like doing that when you first publish a video.
No,
sometimes that can kill the algorithm on it.
Yeah. No, that was.
What happens?
It needed to be published on your channel first.
He's got a video coming out.
When someone first publishes a video and then someone else wants to share it in a panel or show it on a panel or something like that, it can really kill the algorithm of the video for some reason.
Whoa. Okay.
I'll be
no different than someone else, a bigger channel sharing your shit.
It's a story that plenty of people are seeing. It's been on other channels, but I haven't seen any others where they've blurred
Recognizing our rights. He made a video about my shit I've been being harassed by the same public service agent since 2010, and but yeah, he made a video about my shit, and there was like 2,000 views on his video already, and there was like 200 and something likes on the video. Last time I seen it, man, I was like, "Whoa, thanks you a hell of a lot."
Don't get me wrong. I'm very thankful for when people do share videos and stuff, but a lot of times it can really, when a bigger channel shares a smaller channel.
Yeah, I could understand it being right after the bat.
Yeah, it can really kill your algorithm and everything takes a nosedive. So
I was mine is like 2 years old, so it's a little bit beyond being
right.
So it's not right off the bat, but I could see it being right off the bat. You just barely post the video, and then all of a sudden somebody else posts it. Then all of a sudden they might be going and looking at the other video instead of the original.
Yep. Well, and I've had videos take off after 6 months too. Same way with shorts. Sometimes it takes them 6 months to kick on the algorithm, but
The other week, YouTube was featured. I was getting people coming complaining on a video of mine. YouTube, for some inexplicable reason, decided to randomly pick that video of mine to feature on people's recommended list.
The one video that wouldn't explain shit. Yeah,
That was the only video out of what I had that needed context. It was for those who already knew the story, and it had no context. So it made absolutely no sense whatsoever to anyone watching it on my channel. And that's the friggin' one that they picked to put on YouTube. I'm there apologizing. I'm sorry.
My videos are so horrible. None of mine have context, you know, but
would have made sense. This is the only one I got makes no friggin' sense. There's
I'm
someone. It's fuck.
I try to put the evidence out there as good as I can, but my videos somehow they are very unlikable. You know what I mean? So it's like, oh shit, man, what the hell? You know?
It's not that they're unlikable, man. It's just that people have their own.
They're looking for excitement, and mine are just based on evidence. You know what I mean?
And that's what it is, man. YouTube is about like any other thing. It's sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You know what I mean? Violence sells and shit like that. So, you know, if you're just telling a story and there's no arrests, there's no beatings going on or nothing like that, it doesn't get the views. It is what it is.
Like I said earlier, some people are here for the cause, while others are here for the show. You know?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not an auditor.
Actually for the cause, in my opinion.
For me, I'm more of a cop blocker, and I've been a First Amendment advocate since I was like 12 years old. I got arrested for singing a jingle that they took as a threat, and fucking when I was 12 years old, I got arrested first time for freedom of speech issues and stuff. But my mom divorced my dad when I was 7, and I was raised poor, so also in Hispanic neighborhoods most of my life. So. You know, I'm very easy to misunderstand, and I have a real crazy ass opinion because it's so. I mean, I was raised like a Caucasian, but I was raised in the Hispanic neighborhoods. You know what I mean? So my friends were like Filipino and Native American and Hispanic, El Salvadorian and Mexican. You know, so. You know, that's why I'm like kind of cultured, but at the same time, I got my problems where I got my brain injury and my like ADD and fucking anti what is it I don't really like to antisocial behaviors or whatever. You know what I mean?
You're an introvert.
Yeah, I got like I can be I can have fun and excitement. I like riding dirt bikes and stuff, but I really don't really like talking with people, and I don't really like I don't know, sitting around listening to music is okay, but like talking. So like I have I have those problems, but yeah.
Who doesn't anymore though? Like
Yeah. Yeah,
we all have our own individual problems. I mean, you got Havoc, he's just Australian. So I mean
you're funny and shit. Trying to tell him he's got problems because he's Australian.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Australians are cool as hell.
So is that all you need to tell me? You wanted me up on panel just to tell me what you was hoping I was going to drop that video? Is that what I come up here for?
No, I was hoping AJ to come on. You'd have a conversation with her. Try to. Have you seen? She's flying, dude. She's been at Toe got her gummies for Valentine's Day.
Oh,
you don't like me's or what? So I'm what am I?
No one likes Toe. Come on now. Ball channel. Small channel, big name.
Yeah, that's it right there. You nailed it.
A lot of people have been liking Toe for Life since way back, you know.
He's a sway back from way back. Is that what?
Hey, there you go, Pink Taco. I just dropped You Have Rights, Cops Have Duties link in the chat.
Hi, good citizen.
No, I
What's up,
didn't.
good
How am I
citizen media?
supposed to time you out, Havoc? I'm not even on the YouTube chats. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, you were. You there?
I didn't time nobody out.
No, Pink did the fucker.
Oh.
No, no, AJOT timed Pink out, I think.
No, Pink.
Oh,
Pink
no.
timed me out.
Pink timed you out, but then AJOT timed Pink out.
Thank you, AJOT.
Fucking hell.
Timing out again.
You know, he's a fucked up dude when he comes into my chat just to time himself out.
Look, that's his whole goal, bro. Any chat he goes into, that's his whole goal is to get fucking timed out.
Well, I made his goal a lot easier. Now Nightbot and fucking Botrix will fucking time him out for him.
Yeah.
I like his Angel Kasekin to get timed out on his behalf. That's funny as fuck.
GCM, what up?
Yeah, Pink is like Aaron Queen, man. Their whole goal is to get timed out or banned somewhere. One or the other.
Probably.
And Aiden Upperson does the same shit. He comes in and tries to get timed out or banned.
They all do it with all 36 of their accounts, too.
Yeah. Aiden will do it with 36 of them.
Aaron Queen, sometimes he gets me. He says something so fucking stupid that I get all pissed off and tell him off about it, and then I remember, oh yeah, it's Aaron Queen. He always is just trying to troll on people. You know?
That's his whole premise, is just to come in and fuck with people.
Yeah.
Period.
you gotta feel the troll to before you can let go of the troll or whatever.
Someone better check on Pink Taco later tonight. He just got compared to Aaron Queen.
Yeah. Well, look, I have nothing but respect for Pink. That's why he's got a wrench in my channel. The only person that can time Pink out is AJOT and a couple others, but
That's what's funny on Trucking the Callahans. There's one individual in particular who's comes in and trolls, and they're absolute dumbasses. They can't ad lib or anything, and they're coming into a channel that's full of people that love to troll each other, and they got nothing. When they come in, they got nothing. They can't troll us anywhere near as hard as we troll ourselves. But there's that one individual keeps coming back, and it's just like they might as well come in and just post goo goo gaga. They got nothing interesting they can say.
Okay, so if anybody's wondering who it may be, I just got a couple words to say. Fuck you, Reed Morris.
Yeah, listen, the worst troll game I've ever seen, dude, in all of the places that I bounced around in and all that. I swear to God, the person that tries to troll, I'm not saying he's a troll, but he tries to troll, and that's fucking King Chow Chow. Like, I laugh my ass off. He comes over in the class with Bow's dude trying to troll Bow. And I just laugh my ass off because the shit that he says comes out of his mouth. And I'm like, dude, that troll game is so weak, bro. Like, what in the hell are you even doing? Like, you might as well just go somewhere.
We say that same shit to this weak ass troll that comes into the trucking channel.
But doesn't Chow Chow help out Carolina and Fort Worth?
Well, yeah, Chow Chow's a big supporter, but he don't like Clash with Bow, so he'll come over there and he'll try to troll Clash with Bow and come in there and try to say stuff to trigger Bow, and he just doesn't realize that he ain't triggering that man.
Yeah, that's why I was wondering, because anybody that can help Carolina probably isn't that bad of a guy. You know what I mean? And then on top of it, who doesn't like Bow? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck?
I can
Bow's
think of a
funny
couple
or
people
shit.
off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah,
know, but they've gone to their heads and they've let themselves go too far.
I don't like it.
You don't like no Bow?
No Bow. No bow.
That's funny as hell, though.
It's funny
Florida
though.
bitches.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's funny because Bao shouts her out every time she goes in there.
Love
Bao.
Bao. I love Bao. I love Bao. Bao, you have my heart.
I always say how, Bao, like like the Native Americans say how for hello. Whatever. So I say how, Bao, because it like rhymes.
Yeah, you just can't have Bao pet sit your cats and dogs. They're eating the dog. They're eating the cats.
I call Bao a chank. I'm just saying.
Yeah, he's a crazy tank. He loves it. He loves it when you call him that too. He does.
Lackluster gave Bao a massive shout out on that interview I told you about with that cop channel, ex-retired cop channel. But he was talking, I think, more about when Bao was cop watching auditing.
So I don't.
Bao's the one they goat, y'all.
So I don't know if anybody caught it during the streams yesterday, but the homeless, in conjunction with the nonprofit organizations, got an $80,000 grant from the city of Peoria to get them into that hotel, and that's why they are now getting warm meals every night on a schedule.
Oh, that's awesome.
They got a grant from the city.
Yeah, the city gave them an $80,000 grant. So what I'm wondering, Havoc, and I know where you're going with this. The first time I ever went down there was a city council member that showed up, and I'm wondering if any of that facilitated them getting that grant.
Probably
because that city council member that showed up was one that voted in favor of the no camping ban.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't have been a good look for him to be turfing people without anywhere to go in the middle of the
No.
Is it no camping ban or is it banning the part where it's no camping?
They're banning it's no public camping.
I would actually probably
and
attribute that more to KC's appearance on the news mentioning that.
I'm tired of the public agents telling us what to do with our public. You know what I mean?
Well, and the bad thing about it is the first time they were going to let people go. They were just going to give them a warning, whatever. And then each subsequent time they were told to leave or to pack up or whatever, they were going to fine them and then mail the homeless a fine.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's how you get those warrant. They keep on. It's an open door. It's open. Revolving door is what I mean. Sorry, revolving door of warrants and then tickets and then warrants, and jail time and then tickets and then warrants and jail time.
Every time they get someone in jail, they get federal grant money. See.
Yeah.
Unindoctrinated asked the question.
I was just getting ready. I didn't want to interrupt anybody to answer it. So yes, that room that I was in, that is the room is dedicated for giving people their meals. They also have in there, it's a harm reduction. Jolt harm reduction is one of the ones that's involved in this. So the closet is full of what is that stuff for people that OD? Narcan. There's Narcan and all kinds of stuff in that closet in there. So yeah, it's a multi-use room. So yeah, they get those meals every night on a schedule. C'est la vie.
What I'd like to know, if you I don't know if you're aware, have found out already. If not, can you find out what happens at the end of winter? Are they then going to get turfed? Like, is it only a temporary thing?
Well, it's kind of a temporary thing, but I mean, if you think about it, they got an $80,000 grant, plus anybody's donations are helping with this too. So
one time,
I don't know.
One time I was because I don't like to really go with the public stuff because they do things to you. But so I went to Las Vegas because Las Vegas I thought would be warmer for the winter. So I went down there because I am used to spending my winters on the street in Reno, Nevada, which is gets 3 feet of snow, but I still sleep on the street. So I tried Las Vegas one year, and then I got down there, but man, it was not even much warmer than Reno. It just didn't snow. So it was a little bit drier, but at the same time, man, it was just cold. So I was like, oh gosh, I didn't come down here and expect to be this cold, So I tried to do a shelter. I tried to do a shelter, and I had a pocket knife that my mom got for me for Christmas. So, it wasn't even that great of a pocket knife. I mean, it was one of those folding knives that are all weak and jangly. You know what I mean? I like fixed blade knives, but this was a pocket knife my mom got me, and I was using it for like opening shit and living on the street with. And they freaking grabbed my pocket knife out of my bag. And then instead of holding it until I got out of the shelter, they fucking told me that I was never getting it back. And I had like a little eighth of weed on me, and they went through my bag and they found my little eighth of weed, but I wasn't planning on smoking it at the fucking shelter, you know what I mean? But I did have the little eighth of weed, but Las Vegas, they thought that I wouldn't, because back then, I mean, this was back in the day, I was still a little, I was a little ignorant more, this was like 2005 or 2007, sometime in there. And so, but anyways, I freaking called up the fucking pigs and I told them to come and fucking get my knife and my knife back. They didn't think I would call the cops because they thought that fucking they were gonna tell on me for having some pot. But I was like, I don't give a shit if you tell on me for having some pot. I don't give a shit about getting in trouble for pot as long as I get my fucking pocket knife back. My mom gave it to me for my Christmas. You know what I mean? And it's funny nowadays. I don't even celebrate no Christmas. I have found out about some other stuff that I don't really like, so I don't really celebrate Christmas. But but at the same time, I would still like my mom's present. You know what I mean? But I think that's why I stay away from shelters and stuff. Plus, you can't have a dog at the shelter. So the public fucking shit. They say, "Oh yeah, man, $80,000 for this homelessness," but oh hell no, I want to be able to camp. And then on top of it, I don't really want to go and sleep next to everybody in the bunks in the shelter. I can't. I have antisocial shit. You know what I mean? I want to be a little bit freer than that. Even though it's colder outside, I still want to be a little bit more free.
Yeah, I saw a police activity vid just today that came out, and this guy got pulled up by, was in, I think, Atlanta, pulled up by the cops in the big transit type van, and they smelt raw marijuana, apparently reeked, and they asked him about it, and he produced this bag, like shop bought bag of marijuana. It was probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 grams, something like that. And so they pulled him out to detain him, and he fought and resisted. And so as a result, they searched the van. They found 12.5 pounds of cocaine, over 30 pounds of marijuana, and over 100 pounds of meth in the back of the van.
Jeez. So they found his they found his private property in the van.
All right, y'all. So I'll tell you what I'm gonna do here.
They should have left that guy alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna wind this thing down. I'm gonna let my bro over there Midwest say his outs because I know he's gonna go watch a movie. So we're gonna let him get out of here, and then on and so forth, and then we're gonna get the hell out of here. So Mitty, you got anything to say, brother?
Man, I just want to say thank you to everybody for your continued support. It means a lot to me for people to stick around and continue to show support. So, much love. Havoc, you have rights. AJOT, Unindoctrinated Pink, love all you guys. Thank you so much. It's been a great couple of years, and hopefully it'll be some more. So, much love, peace, and bacon grease. Fuck you, Ruth Morris.
Thanks for chatting. Hey, Midwest, thank you for always being gracious to me and saying hello to me in the chats and the comment section and stuff like that.
Hey, no problem, man.
Yeah, hippie's still on it, unindoctrinated. You have rights. Go ahead, man. You got anything to say, man, on your way out?
No, not really. You guys have a good night.
All right, man. Thanks for coming up, man. It's always a pleasure having you on my panel. Welcome here anytime.
Hey, thank you, Toe for Life.
Not a problem, brother. Deuces. Havoc, what you got?
Just one thing. Can you not make this private so as I can go back and clip age?
I never make anything private. I don't give a shit.
I want to clip age and make it short.
Okay, gotcha.
Thanks.
That's it, man. Thanks, man. We'll talk to you. All right, y'all. So I like to say thanks everybody for coming out, man. Much love to everybody. Thanks for ranting. We'll be back next week. Toe for Life's Rants. Friday night rants again. I don't know. We'll see what this week holds for us to talk about. And then we'll go from there. LD1, thanks for showing up. Rebecca. I'm right here, Rebecca. I'm just playing. I was trying to get the trolls to come in there and clip Tav, you know what I mean? But thanks everybody for showing up. You have rights, cops have duty, X Havoc, Midwest, Rogue Nation, and of course the lovely AJOT on Valentine's Day. I love that girl to death. My baby mama. And you know what we do out here on these YouTube streets at the end of a Toe for Life video. And I love you guys. I'll catch you next Friday. Toodles, bitches. We out.
Shine